Hello everybody, we're back playing Sword of the Stars 2, just when we left off. We are trying to figure out how we're going to reshuffle our fleets here. So let's count. 7 turns to Uxor. How long will it take to get here from here? 7 light years, so just 1 turn, because the soul force speed is 9. If I was there, 7 turns. So I can have this fleet. What is the endurance of this fleet? This fleet is all lasers, so it's going to have good endurance. Yeah, endurance 5. And this repair fleet, 2. Well, that's okay. I have enough planet infrastructure to repair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to patrol with fleet 2. They're going to intercept these guys, and that's going to be in 3 turns. Oh no, only in 5 turns. Oh, I got plenty of time then. Forget about it. Well, it's going to take 2 turns. They're going to take... So I can send this in 3 turns still. So I don't need to rush.
Loud and clear.
So then what I'm going to do is just move them here because...
Yes, Director. We'll transfer.
We're going to be able to retrofit a bunch of stuff next turn. Let's patrol here because we're still delaying. Okay, construction fleet here. Science station or more civilian? Let's get a civilian upgrade here, and then we'll build some science stations. Okay, so my next set of technologies, like I said, is going to be the node pathing, and then I'm going to grab like 1 or 2 last ship technologies. Then we're going to grab a few more economic technologies, and then we'll see where we want to go from there. So
research successfully completed.
there we go. So this is an economic tech, but I want to get it soon so that I can retrofit these ships. So let's do that right away. So first of all, the default armor cruiser that they gave us, right? What an awful ship. Now I cannot yet retrofit these mass drivers, but at least I can retrofit these so because I don't have AP armor piercing mass drivers, and I don't even have better laser guns. These are not beamers, but these are not beamers, by the way, but I can finally get rid of these useless modules. And in these modules we're going to put point defense modules. Point defense modules have 2 light turrets, which actually you don't have to put point defense guns in, but usually you do. So now we have 4 interceptor missiles on our old school cruisers, and we're going to change this to supply, just to add extra endurance, and because these missile interceptors take a lot of supply. So it's going to cost 68,000 to retrofit each of these ships. So be it. Now once I hit this button, I can no longer make the original armor, which is fine by me, but just so you know. Also, so the whole nice thing about retrofitting is you don't have to prototype a new ship, right? So it's much more efficient to sort of upgrade your old ships. Same thing now with I don't really have any of this old supply ships. I scrapped them all, so let's just delete this design. We really don't need it. Now I'm still running a few of these old command ships, and I can definitely retrofit it. Let's get point defense. Let's get 2 missiles here. So that's, I mean, it's not great, but it's better than what we had before. So let's do that. Command Mark II.
We'll save this for
this colonizer was the one that they gave us, which is actually fine. It has the supply module. We're going to redesign these to be node pathing anyway, so I don't need to worry too much about it. Actually, no, I scrapped all of these. We don't need these anymore at all. Excellent. Okay, the Ark Royal is the command ship that we designed on turn 1. I'm going to we only have 1 of these. I'm going to retrofit it also to get a few point defense rockets. We only have 1 of these.
These schematics make them in.
This is the supply ship that we designed. It looks good. This is a repair ship that we designed. Also looks good. So this is the armor cruiser that we designed on the first turn, and I'm going to retrofit it to also get some point defense rockets. There we go. Okay, so now all of our future cruisers have some point defense. Now we need to transform our old cruisers into the future cruisers, which is all going to happen here at Cuthbert. So this planet has like an okay military production. You know, it's got decent resources. Hopefully eventually we can also colonize Cuthbert 2, which will kind of boost the military production. So what are you doing? You are going to take these guys. Now let's see, how many is it going to be able to do per turn? I don't know. Let's how many turns? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to, because here's what happens. If I send ships into retrofit, then they won't be available. Even, let's say it's retrofitting 2 or 3 ships per turn. If I tell like it to retrofit 20 ships, all those 20 ships are not available for me. They just have to, they're like parked in the factory parking lot or something. So I don't want to send all my ships at once. I'm going to, which ships are we going to send first? Let's upgrade. I guess let's upgrade these guys. So we're going to get them into the reserves. And now we can actually right click and do retrofit. All in fleet, and it's just faster this way. Commit. So it's taking my worst ships and it's going to make them slightly less terrible. We still have 2 turns before we have to send this fleet. This upgrade was done. Docks and warehouses, and then everything else. Okay, technology. So let's get the node pathing. This will be good for production. Deep space construction is tempting, but I mean, there's so many things that are tempting. So let me point out some of the things that we are going to get. We are going to get node pathing. That's probably going to be our next tech. Then I'm also going to get, if I have time, plasma focusing. Very cheap, adds supply. Good overall choice. And I would like to get magnetoceramic lattices, which is just an armor boost to our ships. Once I have those 3 technologies, I'm willing to start designing my new ships. Although I should decide what kind of weapons we're going to go for. If we're going to go energy or kinetic. I gotta say, I'm kind of tempted to go. I almost always go with, I mean, we'll do a mix, because no matter what, you want to get these heavy lasers and whatnot. I'm honestly tempted to do a bit of a mix. The other thing is, we're Soul Force, so we're definitely going to go missiles, heavy planet missiles, and then like heavy missiles, which will allow us to do the barrage. And geez, and the proton. There's so many good choices. Okay, for now, we're just going to be doing like armor cruisers. So the real question is like, what do I put in my turrets, right? My small turrets are going to have interceptor missiles. And then the question is, what do we put in the large turrets? Currently, the laser is a good choice. So the question is, what do you put in the medium turret? And one option is upgrade here into for the medium turrets, and the other option is upgrade here in the medium turrets, or stormers. I haven't done sniper cannons are fun too. Alright, well, I'll decide. I'll see what strikes my fancy later, but first things first, we need to get the drive researched.
Project is fully staffed, Director.
Okay. This fleet can patrol here for now.
Message received, Marstone. We're on patrol.
Alright, let's see how long it takes to retrofit those 5 armor cruisers. So in other words, let's see next turn how many cruisers it has successfully retrofitted, so we get an idea. I mean, obviously I could calculate this with the numbers, but I'm too lazy to do that. So let's just see how many got done. Slavers. Planet missiles should have no trouble dealing with this.
We need to target those assault shuttles, sir. Planetary command here.
Apparently they do have some trouble dealing with those. Oh well. Lost some people.
System update.
Yeah, damaged our economy a little bit. Let's just rejig the sliders here so that we kind of fix the damage that was done. Okay, 5 turns. We should be at 3 turns. So next turn I have to send the fleet here to intercept. Meanwhile, construction has... Oh, they've finished their work here. How are the stations doing? They're still upgrading stuff. Let's have the constructors from Uxor come and build the science station here, which I wanted to do
Aye,
at
sir.
some point anyways.
We'll get it built.
This civilian station is done. Docks, warehouses. Let's double check the government to make sure it's okay. So the warehouses normally you don't really need to build, but they do push the government to the right. Okay, we're creeping up a little bit, but we're still okay. So ships have been upgraded. All of them? Yes. Okay, so that was actually faster than I thought it would be. Next turn we need to send the fleet out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do these in 2 separate batches. So we're going to retrofit all of these. Actually, what I should do is I should retrofit the command ship. Let's dissolve the fleet. Well, let's cancel the mission first.
Yes, Director. Mission
Let's dissolve
canceled.
the fleet. Let's retrofit the command ship. All on fleet doesn't really matter. Then let's separately retrofit these armor cruisers. And I'm gonna just keep this one in case I screw up massively somehow. I'm gonna wait till I retrofit these ships until next turn. Okay. I'm just kind of hitting Control A, make sure I didn't forget any fleets. Yeah, so I'm excited because now we can start to move out. We can start to think about moving out to Bronson Alpha and finally spreading our wings and leaving this tiny cluster of the galaxy behind.
System
Okay. Construction 2 has arrived here and has no mission. We'll give you a mission. Do we have enough population there? No. Let's build a science station here.
You can rely on us, Command.
Okay, let's excellent. Let's put this fleet back together again. This could be a Defender Admiral again. This is actually Fleet 1. With Mark II Command, Mark II Armor, and Mark II Le Terrible, which is also Armor. Okay, let us... In fact, we can just relocate this. We don't have to patrol. Let's relocate so we don't have to worry about supply issues. So let's relocate there. Now, there's a chance that out of nowhere I get attacked here next turn. That's not going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to dissolve... I'm going to cancel this mission. I'm going to dissolve this fleet. And we're going to retrofit these guys. going to retrofit the Ark Royal. And we're going to retrofit these armor cruisers. Okay, so this is costing quite a bit of money, but we're actually making money now. Let's adjust this. So I am spending my money on a combination of. Oh, and we got some stimulus. Let's make sure this lighter's okay. Yeah, they're still okay. I'm gonna start to invest a lot in stations, but as I do that, so stations don't really start to get expensive until you get to level 3 and level 4 stations, especially the science ones. I'm gonna hold off on that until I build up my cushion of about 10 million credits, because that's gonna contribute to my morale and economy ratings, and I want to sort of keep that rolling. That's a pretty important thing to have going when you're going for the right governments as opposed to the left side governments.
Field station is online, Director.
System update.
Okay, we got our 2 science stations. Now we have to decide what kinds of science stations we're going to go for. We already have an industry one. I think a good choice is going to be engineering, and then a weapons system. I'm awfully tempted to do ballistics, just because I don't do it a lot. But there's a lot of fun stuff in energy. Alright, let's go bullets. Let's do it. Let's do the bullets. Let's do the bullets. So you're going to... You can be the engineering station. And you can be the bullet station. Here. Okay, did it do the whole fleet in one turn? Almost. So it retrofitted 8 ships in one turn, which is pretty impressive. We'll leave these mothballed for now. I don't see anything coming right at me, so I think we're okay. Next turn. So finally we'll get to see my... I mean, this is only like 3 random, leftover ships that are hitting Archon, but we'll finally see a fight with us using point defense, which I'm very excited about. Oh, and one thing I forgot to... Yeah, so of course we're going to use Fleet 1. Now let's make sure that our fleet is in the right position. They're coming from this direction. Let's meet them right at the door. One thing I haven't shown yet is we can now make a new kind of ship. So let's do this combat and then I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Aye, full power to engine.
Oh, what's this? You're shooting missiles at me? What were you shooting at me? Is this a boarding pod? No, that's a missile. Interceptor missiles. Yeah, so basically we should no longer lose any cruisers anymore in the game. I mean, obviously that's not true. There are going to be some brawls if we kind of stand in their face, right? But we should be able to shoot down all of their missiles.
Full power to engine.
So I'm gonna accelerate this a little bit. We'll do this at 3x. I should have moved from the beginning in this direction, but I think... Let's slow it down just a little bit. I think I have... You can see the red trails of the interceptors going. I think enough of these bullets are gonna hit to eventually knock out all of these ships. And actually, some of my ships actually have missiles. Oh, it's the command ship that has missiles. So those are pretty accurate.
Coordinates locked. Maneuver drive to port.
Taking enemy fire.
Alright, this is going a little slowly. I'm going to
Punch through the hull, Commander.
have some of these ships accelerate.
They've closed up that hull breach, sir.
Critical hit prepared, Captain. Taking enemy fire.
They've closed up that hull breach, sir. Aye, sir. Coming to new bearing.
And that's the problem with these races that have
Target data
high-speed
busy.
ships. Because I made sort of a bad move right at the beginning here, I didn't sort of get in front of them. They're able to basically outrun my cruisers, which is very annoying. It's not that they're a threat. I just really am tired of having these
Aye, sir.
fleets
Bringing guns to bear.
flying around in my territory. Can we get a lucky shot off in the last 7 seconds? Yeah.
Painted.
Target data busy.
Alright. Now, I'm not sure which one we killed. If it's just a supply ship, then that's too bad. What do we get? What do we get?
System update.
Ah, I actually don't know if the Red Fang is their command or not. If they are retreating now, well, it's return. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. Well, that was a bit of a disappointment, but still. We're going to now move this fleet over to Uxor. I'm targeting this other fleet by accident. No, give me the planet. Maybe if I zoom out. There we go. Relocate. Fleet 1.
Yes, Commander.
Good.
Transfer
And now,
underway.
okay, construction complete. What are you suggesting that I upgrade? It's giving me the option for a level 5 civilian station. I don't need it really yet. Let's upgrade this science station. Sure. That'll cost me 600,000. Yeah. We can afford that for now. Let's reinstate this fleet in case they come knocking from the south. This could be a Pathfinder. This is Fleet 2. And you can patrol here.
You heard the word, people. Intercept course.
Okay, 2 more turns until we intercept the fleet out here at Uxor. This is the remains of the fleet that kind of banged me up pretty badly in Barrett a few turns ago. Now that I have point defense, I'll be much more effective against it. I just relocated in 1 turn. That's great. It's still showing signs of damage. Oh, it's the police cruisers that were damaged. Okay. Good. Construction is back here. Oh, Cuthbert has space for another station. Now, I'm not going to make a civilian station here. This is always going to be a military production system, so I could go and fit a science station in there, which is what I'm going to do. Just a little low-level science station.
Orders received. We'll start building right away.
Okay, let's patrol. What is this thing? Oh, upgrading science. Why is it still there? That's weird. Patrol. Fleet 1.
Patrol mission acknowledged, Commander.
After I after I fight this combat, I'm gonna have to go back and double check, make sure my budget and government is still behaving the way I want them to. And then I think that'll be the end of the episode. So let's do this fight. Battle manager. They're coming in from here, so let's they're entering here, so let's get in their way. Right, I think right here on the border should be good enough. Oh, wow, I'm like behind them. Okay, that may be a little too good. But, you know, sure, why not? Where's the command ship? Where's my command ship? Okay, it's safe. As you can see, though, I'm shooting everything out of the sky. I'm right next to their command ship, which is actually fantastic. So I'm going to make that a priority. I'm just going to try to get the command ship down. And remember, these are the ships with the heavy lasers, so they're fairly accurate. I'm going to take these 4 guys, they're on top, flip upside down, and I'm actually going to tell these 5 guys to go to the bottom plane and still stay right side up. So everybody should have clear shots, as long as they're in range, and obviously that seems to be a bit of an issue, because they're speeding away. Partly it's actually not so much that they're speeding away, but that these ships were using mass drivers and were slowing my ships down. However, their 2 remaining fighting ships just got caught in the crossfire and just got destroyed by my ships here. So I'm gonna, as we're accelerating this way, I'm gonna make sure that my guys, you know, shoot backwards. And as long as he keeps presenting his hammerhead section to me, then I think he is not long for this world. And then it looks like... Yeah, I think we can basically catch up with this. There we go, he's done. Oh, and he's turned around, which is a mistake because that's going to slow him down. So we're going to go right for his engine. There's a boarding pod, by the way, which he's launched. But... Wait, just like... But it was too late, and obviously I've got point defense now, so it's not going to be an issue. We're going to turn my ships towards this stray guy, because I think we're going to be able to kill these ships in one pass. I'm going to fast forward a little bit, go to 2 times speed. Once again, this front section is really presenting itself easily to all of my ships. Done. What is this ship? I mean, obviously it's gonna die. Let's afterburner and see if we can catch up to it. If not, I'm pretty sure the planet's gonna shoot it down, but let's not take any chances. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
They've closed up that hull breach, sir.
So he's shooting at me with missiles, so this can be tricky. 1 minute left on the combat.
Taking enemy fire.
Let's just make sure that these missiles aren't like consistently hitting a weak spot. Okay, there's the ship. 22 seconds left. Yeah, I can't catch up to it with my cruisers in time. Oh, it's this kind of slave disc ship. Well, yeah, it's gonna survive because it only just now entered planet missile range, but we've taken care of this fleet, right? We've gotten the command and everything except for this one ship, so that was a success.
System.
Okay, yay us. Let's repair this fleet. And then let's send it back to... send it back to Cuthbert, I guess. Actually... Wait, why isn't... Oh, because it's still has a mission, so
Acknowledged,
let's send it
command.
back to Cuthbert, as I
Standing
said.
down. Now.
Why is that not working? Very strange. Oh, this is the one that I have to tell to cancel the mission. I canceled the
Roger,
mission
Marstone.
on the one that was
Awaiting
already in
new
Cuthbert.
orders.
That's why it wasn't working. Okay,
Clean out your lockers, people. We've
so
got a
I
new
should be
base.
patrolling here.
Plotting an intercept course, Commander.
Okay, I remembered that I wanted to check my budget to make sure everything was okay. Looking good. Trade is now up to 800,000, which is fantastic. Let's make sure the government's okay. Okay, we are squished against the right. That's good. Now we're still going up a little bit. We might need to start looking at finding something that brings our authoritarianism down a little bit. So that's something that I want to think about for the next few turns. The other thing, I guess right before I end this episode, is I want to show you a new design that we can make. We can make now a point defense mission section, and this mission section has 16 light turrets divided into 4 groups, and of course the idea is that you make these point defense. Now, we're using interceptor missiles, which can kind of, because they can navigate in all sorts of different arcs, the positioning of the turrets for missile interceptors doesn't really matter. However, I want to point out that Soulforce has a really good point defense design. The layout of these turrets gives excellent coverage on both laterally, like both sides, and up and down. And it's not every race that has a good point defense cruiser design. The Hivers also have a fantastic design, but like I said, the Tarkas is pretty crappy. And just many of them just don't have a lot of light turrets, right? So the Soulforce actually does have a really nice point defense cruiser. Now, we didn't really need the great layout because we're going to use missiles, but if we were using the ballistic point defense or even the laser point defense, this is just a great platform to put them on. Anyways, just something I wanted to mention. So we might actually be designing some of these, but that'll be much later. All right, we've gone on long enough. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I will see you again next time. Take care.